Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. Today, we're going to discuss Revenut's FlexLine and Business Card. Now, recently, I was approved for a $15,000 flexible spending line. The amount of your FlexLine depends on your business performance, and you can expand this as your revenue grows in your business. Revenut provides business funding to help you with cash flow, even if you have subprime credit. So whether you have a low FICO score or limited credit history, you can be approved with the data points I'm going to provide to you today. Now, at any point in time, if you decide to sign up for Revenut's FlexLine business card, you can use the link in the description. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Let's start by discussing who Revenut actually is. Now, Revenut is an alternative financing lender concentrating on business financial services. They're headquartered in Jersey City, New Jersey. Revenut offers account holders two business funding options wrapped in one package. This flexible spending line has a unique payment framework that we'll break down later in this video. Now, one thing I want to make crystal clear is that the Revenut Business Card and FlexLine is not a traditional credit card. Account holders can access working capital on demand, and Revenut's FlexLine works best for business owners looking for access to flexible working capital, as well as business owners who may not have the strongest personal credit. Account holders can access working capital on demand, and Revenut's FlexLine works best for business owners looking to access flexible working capital fast. If you're someone like me that's looking for business funding in order to maximize the potential of money that you can make, we don't want to pay additional fees. There's no origination fee, maintenance fee, or draw fees with the Revenut Business Card. Now, how much business funding you're eligible for is based on your current business income, cash flow, and debt. So your FlexLine evolves with your business. This means as your business grows, so too will your FlexLine. Now, this is a great perk for businesses that see rapid growth and continuously need more funding for their operations, but may not qualify for a large business loan or a credit limit on a traditional credit card. Account holders can potentially access up to $500,000 in business working capital and only pay for the capital that you use. Because approvals are based on your business revenue and banking activity, the Revenut FlexLine and Business Card makes business funding available to account holders, even if they have less than ideal personal credit, or even if you have no business credit scores. There's also the added benefit of accessing cash on demand with funds that are deposited straight into your bank account. So if you do need to access cash without having to worry about additional cash advance fees, this may be something that you would be interested in. Once your Revenut FlexLine and Business Card application is reviewed, you can be approved within 1 hour. You also aren't required to move forward with opening an account until you see your spending limit. The Revenut application does not require a hard inquiry. This is a no personal guarantee product, which keeps your credit score from temporarily dropping when you apply. This is a strong benefit if you already have fair to average credit and you want to protect it or build your credit score, or even if you're in the process of, let's say, trying to get a home, but you're still looking for business capital in order to expand your operation. Revenut also offers 24/7 access to business funding via the mobile app or the Revenut Business Card. Revenut also reports to Dun & Bradstreet, which will help you build your business credit if you haven't already established that. Once again, Revenut's FlexLine and Business Card is not a traditional credit card. Hence, we need to fully understand how this works so you know how it can benefit your business. Now, the Revenut Business Card doesn't come with a definitive APR since it is factor-based. A factor rate is a multiplier. Typically, it's expressed as a decimal, and it's used to calculate the total repayment amount for a loan or advance rather than an interest rate. You normally see this with merchant cash advances, but we'll explain a little bit more. Now, the factor rate is fixed, so it doesn't change over time, and it is typically between 1.1 and 1.5. So you won't have to worry about compounding interest charges like you would for variable APR, which can fluctuate depending on the prime rate. But when it comes to your actual repayment terms, you could be placed on a daily or weekly repayment plan. These plans seem to vary from one business to the next, but as underwriters review your application, they will determine your repayment period at the same time they determine your factor rate and the FlexLine limit. However, to use your FlexLine, you'll have to pay finance charges based on your factor rate, and funds are automatically deducted from your account based on your rate and payback term. So I put together a table that's going to show the finance charges on $1,000 with the revenue card plus flex line if you were to make a purchase of this amount. And this table will show how much interest you would face if you paid a $1,000 balance on a credit card, just a traditional credit card, with an APR of 19%, and how this compares to the finance charges you'd face after making a $1,000 purchase with the revenue business card plus flex line, given the different payback terms. Now, as you can see, with the traditional credit card, interest charges may be less expensive than the flex line finance charges if you only need to carry a balance for a very short amount of time. Meanwhile, the factor rate based finance charges could save you money if you need to stretch repayments out over several months. Now, which financing method works best for you will depend on the type of business that you have and how successful that it actually is. So who do I think the revenue business card is right for? Some business owners need more flexibility with financing than others, and if you have bad or little credit history, it can be hard to secure business funding. If you find that your business requires a little extra every now and then, the Revenue Flex Line and Business Card could be a great fit for you. The application is quick, you're given access to funds within the day, plus the Flex Line could be great for sudden expenses without taking out a loan and can work in your favor as long as you pay it back consistently and very quickly. It also grows with your business's success, allowing you to have higher flexibility in the future. So in the end, it all just varies by what you're doing, how you're making money, and the business type that you currently have at this time. Finally, let's go over how you can actually qualify for this card with the given data points. Now, a new account holder will likely be approved even if you haven't focused on building business credit. However, you must be in business for at least 1 year or longer. Unfortunately, this is not for startups. You will need to have a separate account for your business. If you structured your business properly, then this will already be done. And this account will need to have at least 3 months of activity, which means you'll need 3 months of bank statements. You'll also need to make a minimum of $20,000 a month in deposits, and any other business entity except sole proprietors will be eligible for this flex line. So you do need to have a business that is an LLC, a partnership, a corporation. You can qualify for this particular flex line. However, you do need to have those deposits of at least $20,000. And this is because they're using your business revenue to qualify you for this without having to actually do a personal guarantee. So you do have to have a business that is cash flowing, is making money in order for this to work. This is also available for US based only businesses. All right. Now, the top industries this flex line is geared towards will be construction, food services like restaurants, healthcare, transportation, and professional services. So if you are in any of those industries, you'll probably find that this is a really good flex line for you. Currently, we are on the Revenue website. I'm going to take you step by step through the application process. I do believe that it's very important for you to at least check out their website, look at some of the information here. You can also take a look at the reviews. They have some with Trustpilot, they have some with Google, and just kind of understand a little bit more about who this company is and what they're looking to do. Now, go to apply now at the very top of the screen, and you'll want to enter your email address, your first name, your last name, your doing business name, if that's applicable to you, and your mobile phone number. After you submit that information, they're going to ask you a series of questions like, on average, what is your business monthly deposit volume? Now, of course, based off of the data points that we have, we know it needs to at least be 20,000. You'll then want to choose the product that you're looking for. My recommendation is that you choose the flex line and the business card. How long has your business been in operations? Well, we know it has to be at least 1 year or more. And do you have a separate business bank account? Yes, you should definitely have that. What type of business are you? Of course, it has to be a corporation, an LLC, a company partnership, a limited liability partnership, and I believe you can also have a nonprofit. So I would select the one that is applicable to you. And how did you hear about Revenued? Well, you can put YouTube if you're watching this video, and then once you're done with that, you can hit submit. The next part of the application will confirm some general business information. You'll want to start with your legal business name. If you have have a doing business as name, then you'll want to add that here as well. If you do not, then you can put the same thing as your legal business name. You'll also want to add your business email address and your business phone number, okay? Once you have done that, there's some additional information here. You'll want to add the type of entity that you have, and we talked about that: corporation, limited liability, company partnership, or limited liability partnership. You also have nonprofit as an option. You'll then want to enter your EIN number, your ownership type. So if this is a privately held company, publicly held, association, nonprofit, or other, you'll want to enter that information. What date did your business start? As we talked about before, it needs to be 1 year at the very least. Your state of incorporation or organization. So whichever state that you had the business incorporated, that's the state that you'll want to put. Do you have a website? If you do, you'll want to add that. How much funding are you actually looking for? Again, this is going to be based on your business revenue, so it will be determined by what you put. Then you'll also want to add your industry type. This is optional, but the top industries that I mentioned would be very good to add here if you're in one of those businesses. You'll then want to add your business address. So that's going to be business address, if you have a suite, your city, your state, your zip code, and your country as well. On the next step, you will need to confirm your ownership information. So that's going to be your first and last name. Will this be the primary contact for this application? So you're going to put your email, since you are the owner of the business, or you should be, unless you have a partnership. You can also include other individuals. You'll want to enter your social. Again, this is a no PG flex line. It will not result in a hard inquiry. This is simply for identification purposes. You'll then want to put your percent of ownership. If it's 100%, then you can put that. You'll also want to add your date of birth, your mobile phone number. And the last thing you'll want to add is your residential address, unless it's the same as your business. If it is, then you can just check same as business address. At the very bottom, there's an option to opt in to get information via text regarding your revenue application. If you do want to agree to that, then you can check this box and they will text you updates in regards to your application. Once that's done, then you can hit next step. Now for privacy, I'm going to block out this information here. However, you want to confirm your business and owner information. Check it out. Make sure everything is correct. You'll have your general business information, additional information, and your owner information. So you will want to make sure that all of that is 100% accurate. For the next step, you will want to link your bank account information. You can do this by clicking on Get Started. You will be redirected to the Plaid interface, and you're going to select your financial institution from the list. If you don't see your bank listed there, just let a representative know and they'll be able to help you. Enter your credentials and follow the steps to finish up your application. So once Plaid comes up, you'll hit agree, and then you'll want to enter your phone number. You can also continue as guest, whichever you choose. And these are all the options. So as you can see, most financial institutions are going to pop up here. Just find yours, and if not, then again, you can speak to a representative. Once you've connected your business bank account, you'll receive this message: congratulations, your application for the Revenue Business Card is almost complete. The last two things that you'll need is to upload 2 documents. It's going to be the driver's license of any business owner. You'll also need to upload a voided check. Now, if you do not have a voided check, that's okay. When the revenue team reaches out to you, they will give you some alternative options. Again, if you do not have that. Now, once this is all completed, you should receive an update within 1 hour if you were approved for this particular flex line. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, the link is in the description if you would like to apply for Revenue's flex line and business card. If you guys have any other questions about data points or how the process went for me, let me know in the comments below. If you already have this product, then let us know your experience, how you're enjoying it. And again, if you have applied and you are approved, please drop that in the comments below. I'd like to keep a tally of how many people are getting approved for this product and your experience with it. I would love to hear that feedback. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and you guys have a wonderful day.